meeting to order. We have roll call, and then we have the prayer by Councilman LaFrance and the pledge by Councilman Miss George. Roll call. Got it. A councilman present and Mr. Konovich is absent. We now stand for the prayer and the pledge of allegiance.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. We take this moment to acknowledge Almighty God and thank Him for our bountiful blessing, especially for the parish natural resources. We give thanks to God for our brave and courageous men and women who in our military who daily risk their lives to protect our precious freedom. And we pray for our world leaders to know how to obtain world peace. We pray that this government body, comprised of both council and administration, will always serve our parish with honesty, humility, and equality to all. And as this government body gathers here today, we pray for the wisdom to know right from wrong and the courage to do that which is right. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Two, executive session pursuant to LRS 4217A2 for the purpose of receiving attorney-client privilege information regarding the Wood Park Canal Dredging Project, PPG Project 210701, which is currently in litigation in federal court for the Eastern District of Louisiana. Case number 224-CV02861 ILRL-KWR. Parish Attorney Rennie Burris, Assistant Parish Attorney Jacques Tozet, Jimmy Castix, presenting Councilmember LaFrance.
So often,
Second.
Offer the second.
Ronnie.
Ronnie. Roll call. Oh, verbal again. I'm sorry.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2, District 3, District 4, District 5, District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8,
Yes.
and Councilmember Cognovich is absent.
And we just want to let the audience know, there's a law where we have to do all of our voting verbally. So normally we just push the button. So we're going to executive session. We're coming back out of executive session with nothing binding, and let's go back to our agenda.
Item 3, proclamations. There are none. 4, administration updates.
Good afternoon. Under the Homeland Security, with Patrick Harvey, we're continually monitoring saltwater intrusion with weekly meetings to ensure we're prepared for any potential issues. As of now, there are no concerns currently to report, although Plaquemines Parish, on the West Bank side of Plaquemines Parish, we've been in saltwater intrusion for about a month and a half. But with some of the projects that we've been able to do in the last 2.5 years, we're able to push water from Belle Chase through Port Sulphur. Well, let's go back and with the Alliance project that we've done through the port, with the facility at the Port Sulphur facility, with the council and all the support we've had with that, we're able to use that as a booster station to get it down to Empire, through Buras and all the way to Boothville, Venice. So that's been a very positive situation there. There is an RO connected in the East Point Lahash. So we're ahead of the game. The salt water hasn't made it there yet. I believe a sample was sent up to AMET today. So when that comes back, and the same group, Optimal, They were the same ones that worked with us in the last event. So they're aware of some situations, some issues that we had then, so they were able to get in front of that as well. The concrete package for Port Sulphur is scheduled to start this week or next. The repairs in the permit office, all the mold has been removed. Repairs are to begin shortly on that one. With Coastal and Ms. Buck, on September the 12th, last council meeting, Ms. Buck, Mr. Marco, and myself, we were in D.C. And on September the 12th, we were notified at the meetings with the federal congressional delegation. They were very successful. We got the notification last Friday with the Corps that the 33.3 million was reallocated from the FCCE and to the NOV project to complete that construction work. The FCC is Flood Control and Coastal Emergency Fund. Desire Line will be under Mr. Marco in Economic Development. Desire Line will be here today to present their final product on the site development master plan for the advanced corridor. And Parks and Recreation, Ms. Morrison and her team, they attended the 2025 NRPA Annual Conference in Florida last week. During this conference, Ms. Morrison was honored with the 2025 NRPA Park Association Best of the Best Award, which highlights exceptional individuals and agencies in the field of parks and recreation. This prestigious award recognizes innovation in areas such as park design, health and wellness, environmental conservation, and social equity. And in addition, she was recognized for achieving her certification as a certified park and recreation professional, a significant professional milestone that further strengthens the expertise within our department. There are 26 of these individuals in the state of Louisiana and only 5 in the greater New Orleans area, and Ms. Morrison is one of those. Great things are happening to our recreation department, and Mrs. Morrison's leadership is helping to place Plaquemines, arts, parks, and recreation on the map in many, many areas. I look forward to celebrating her team's continued success. I think we want to bring Ms. Morrison up front, if we.
Let's give her a round of applause. So let's do that first. So I think we want you to come down front, Ms. Morrison. You have to come around. Too bad we ain't got no drum music to play as you come. Huh? Let's go take a picture. Oh.
Hey, Tim.
He looks, scary too. He's motivated, huh?
Tighter, 45-degree angle.
Can you see?
I'm gonna put those two in my face. Not everyone. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Yeah, I guess.
Unfinished, though.
I think.
Unfinished update.
Mr. Mark, you make any comments about Ms. Ashley?
The desire is part of this.
Say it again?
It's a presentation through the president's comments,
Okay.
the Desire Line, yes.
In relationship, Ms. Ashley?
So,
Because I think some of the council members want to make some remarks, that's why I asked.
Oh, okay.
Mr. McCarty?
Wait till the guest of honor sits down. Miss Ashley, I want to say, I was very is small compared to how I felt. I was very impressed with you the first week you got in office. You came to me with a very professional presentation. I was blown away. I said, I was shocked that we had somebody that was putting together a doctorate paper and presenting it to us. You know, you had all your ducks in a row. You had your financials. You had speculative information. You had basically a business plan for the actions that you plan to do for our parish. And I want to say thank you for being with us. I know you could have chosen different places to go, and we appreciate you. You've done an excellent job for the other parks that have been built already. You just have great vision. Thank you.
I think that's it. Yes, sorry.
good afternoon. Kelly DeMarco. You need my address and everything? Okay. The goal of the market study that Desireline will present to you, the final project, was to establish an advanced manufacturing corridor from Laracy to Diamond. The purpose of the study is to clarify existing conditions and project future conditions for the targeted area. The study will help us understand the market positioning and target uses that can be used to assist the parish into attracting and managing development. The Desireline team, Alex Carter and Tara Lambert, are here to present their final project.
How are y'all doing? My name is Alexandra Carter. I'm the owner and founder of Desireline. We're a urban and regional planning, grants management, and disaster recovery company located in Metairie. But I have some roots here in Myrtle Grove where our family has a camp. So it's really, really nice to be here and to study an area that's near and dear to my heart. Tara Lambeth is a certified planner, certified floodplain manager. I'm also a certified planner. We have a team of experts that work with us. Thank you so much for being with us today and allowing us to give this presentation. I live at 1348 Chickasaw Avenue in Metairie, or Bucktown, as near as I could get to the water in Jefferson Parish. Many of y'all probably recognize Tara. She's been around the parish talking to stakeholders and interested residents and business owners around the market study area. I want to make sure y'all know the project that we've completed was actually primed through All South Consulting Engineering. So we were a subcontractor under them. And we've been working with Plaquemines Parish Economic Development. This is a project with LED and also GNO Inc. And like Kelly was saying, it's really to target economic development within the parish, specifically on the West Bank and the area from Alliance to St. Jude. Y'all have a presentation deck in your hands that Kelly graciously distributed. We also have a copy of the final report that I was just going to kind of pass around, that as y'all are here today, you can kind of flip through. Do you mind, Tara, just kind of circulating it while we talk through it? If you have more detailed questions, you want to be really cognizant of y'all's time. But I want to make sure as you look through the presentation deck and you're thinking about the study, it's really intended to be a tool for y'all, right? There's a lot of things you want to achieve in the parish. And so what it has inside of this report, it's got an assessment of existing and future conditions in the study area. So again, this is on the West Bank from Alliance to St. Jude. It has a baseline assessment of existing data. So this is where we really drill down into all the data sets that are available nationally at the state level and at the local level. We analyze them to see how this area is positioned in the market today and into the future, where there may be gaps or opportunities. We did also stakeholder interviews, an online survey. We had community meetings with Ironton and Myrtle Grove. And all of this is informing a series of recommendations. But before I talk through those recommendations, I want to make sure y'all know, if you read this report, you're going to potentially feel like it has a weird voice to it, right? It is directed to people who are outside of the parish looking in. So it's geared to inform people who are looking at Plaquemines and saying, is this a place that I want to potentially start my business? Is this somewhere where we should invest? And so it's really laying the groundwork. So a lot of this is going to sound very obvious to y'all, but it's like, this is to really set the table for those folks. And so it's all about that future investment. The report is going to be on file with LED, right? So it's a tool for them to use as much as it is for DNO Inc. and for y'all. And the idea behind it is to let business leaders know the advantages of investing in the area and how the parish and the port are working to remove the few challenges that do exist. So it does call out things that are not available, but that are in progress. It does a lot of your messaging for you, right? It makes sure that, state and federal policy makers and legislators, they know, what government investments are in place and why additional government investments are really important in this area to the state, but also to the national economy. So it really positions this area for future investment. So it's educating economic development professionals. It's meant to be used by site selectors on the area's potential growth. And it's a tool for them to use when talking to their clients. So you're going to see all the different types of utilities, land use, zoning, site selection sheets, a parcel list that goes through all the parcels in the study area. And the idea is we want to use this tool and we want to ensure y'all have the tool to really promote the area's potential to both non-local partners and their business associates who may be looking for a place to develop, but also, and there's a big part of this that's about the community, and I know that's really important to y'all, to communicate to residents and business owners, why staying in Plaquemines is good, right? And it's important for their growth and their economic opportunities. And so what you'll find in the report and in the presentation is that there are two main sites that have cut sheets and analysis. So there is a focus, a prioritization of where we think future development is important. So this is Tract B and the LSU Citrus Research Station for potential development. The recommendations also include really just doubling down on things that y'all are doing now and into the future. So this includes, replacing the Point Celeste pump station and extending Peters Road on Highway 23, as well as some policies like applying less intense industrial zoning within the study area, near existing residential neighborhoods and developments, and protecting those existing residential areas using setbacks and landscaping requirements. So as much as this is geared to outsiders looking in, it's also geared to managing and protecting the residential neighborhoods that are there, right? And so we're here today really to be face-to-face with y'all. If you have questions about this, we are more than happy to answer them. Like I said, this is going to be available on file at LED. And it's all about really targeting the highest and the best use of land in the area. And again, proactively buffering those residential neighborhoods for any potential future development. I want to thank everybody for their time and energy with this. I think many of y'all were interviewed by the team with Eric and with Tara, stakeholders. We had tons of stakeholder engagement. We had over 30 individual interviews, community meetings. And so with all that being said, if you look at the acknowledgements page in the actual report itself, we list all of those stakeholders. And so it was really community driven and stakeholder driven. So all the property owners we made a concerted effort to reach out to everybody who had an interest in this area. And so thank you so much for your time and attention. We're really excited about the project and to see what comes from it in the years to come. Thank you so much. Any questions?
Yeah, I think I came to Woodland and saw part of this. I think I was there. Looking at this, it's sort of like the generic products are probably really need to look at the report to really see what's really happening, because this is pretty, but it's still.
It's very high level.
It's not a lot of substantive things, so I guess I need to really look at the actual report to really understand, exactly what's.
What we can do is we'll go ahead and we'll get copies made for each member, and
Yeah,
then we.
yeah, but I can't do it today, but if you get it to
That's what
me.
I'm saying, we'll,
Okay, yeah,
We've
yeah,
got a meeting to run, he can't.
right, that's right. But we'll get that to you next week.
that'd be good, that'd be good.
We appreciate that. And if there's any feedback or comments, just let us know. We have all the workable documents. We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Any closing comments, Mr. Marco, on this? Or you? Okay, all right. Are this still part of the president report?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because I think Mitch wanted to add something to, but before Mitch come in, I just want to, I know I don't give the administration a lot of applause, but I really, no, I don't, I really don't. But I just think that the amount of work that's being done on the East Bank, the drainage and the work, most of the residents notice some really big difference and really feel like some attention, real attention is being placed on East Bank. And I'm telling you, I get a lot of calls from people, the amount of drainage work, and there's something visible, it's the needed stuff around the ferry. I mean, all the areas, people are really talking about the great work that's being done on the side. I just want to commend the administration for really some great work. And people really feel good about getting the kind of attention that we're seeing, that we haven't seen in a long time. So I just want to personally, because sometimes, I'm harsh, but I didn't want you to think that I'm blind. So I just want to just say personally, thank you all for the attention you have given the East Bank over the last few months. Stevie Wonder could see it, and that's our business. So we really appreciate.
And look, thank you for that, and I will pass that on to the teams that's out there doing the work. So thank you.
Well, I messed with them this morning on the road.
You didn't slow him down, huh?
No.
And I want to say thank you, and I appreciate these comments very much.
Coming from me, huh? Thank you. I'm sorry. Mitch, I think one have some people that was under his discussion. You want to bring them up now, yeah.
For the
president, yes.
Can you cue me in, please? Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Great news. Congratulations, Ms. Ashley. Well deserved. Just a note, I know this week we had a dedication at the quad. I want to thank this body, this council, for unanimously approving the dedication of the quad to the, as being the Albert Ray Sayers Quad. Well deserved honor. I was able to speak as well as the president did Wednesday at the dedication. Again, I also want to thank Mr. Champagne for letting me alter that legislation. I know the quad's in his district, but again, a shout out to my fellow colleagues here for appreciate for doing that. And it was very nice event there. Also, just a quick question. Congratulations on the NOV stuff. That's really great news. Will that finish the project? Will it-
Finish the 5 unfunded contracts for the system of NOV.
And on another note, I get some calls. It was early in the week, and since you mentioned it, it rang my idea. The repairs in the Myrtle Grove area. I know that's not my district, Ms. LaFrance district. How are those? Because that's a.
It's all part of the 05A.1 portion of the NOV project.
And that's part of being funded by this monies we just got. Do we have an anticipated date of that area? Because that's always a high flood area.
Its anticipated date was just moved up some, so
Oh.
June 28th, the entire project's gonna be done.
Okay, thank you. I'm done.
And before you people come, also, on last week, we met with the civil service, and they have created a committee to look into what's happening with our employment situation. I'm excited about the opportunity where we can all get together and begin to change some of the policy that's happening around employment. So I'm really looking forward to that committee so we can really make a difference. So I want to thank the Civil Service Commission for agreeing to create this advisory committee. I think it's the start of something great for Plaquemine Parish. With that being said, Mitch?
Yes, I want to go ahead and reiterate what you said, Rev, because it's happening on the West Bank too. We're getting our ditches clean, our grass is being cut, we're seeing a lot of progress, and they're able to keep up with it. They're able to keep up with it the more they catch up, so we really appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm gonna deviate. I'd like to go to District 8.
Update.
Yeah, kind of update the discussion. Item number 1 is discussion on wait,
Yeah. No, we not for this. We've already agreed that we're taking it out of order. I don't think, but yeah.
so we good to move?
Yeah, you can move.
All right, discussion on DEQ violations by marine coatings and linings off Bayou Road. This has been an ongoing issue for many years, apparently, and Mr. Coyne family has really been instrumental in bringing me up to speed on what's been going on back there. And I think y'all might have received the email with the pictures, photos, and everything, and y'all can see it's definitely pretty, to me, it's disgusting, because as a fisherman, commercial fisherman and a recreational fisherman, they're polluting the heck out of our waterways. Not only that, I'm gonna let Mr. Coyne come up and his family, whoever wants, and they can give a little brief presentation and discuss it, because they live it every day.
Right. Does it come out at all? No. Okay. All right, let's go to the front page.
State your name for us and your,
All right, my name is Corrie, Corrie, Coyne, Coyne. I actually live on East Bayou Road. We'll talk about that in the next picture. But this is a drone image that my sister is a drone pilot and she took. Does that make y'all feel anything when y'all see that?
no, we're good.
We're here, okay, so I'm skipping my notes already. Talking about marine coatings and linings. The owner is listed as Mr. Ryan Johnson. All right, this is the area we're talking about. So, our property is in green, and it extends out so far into the waterway. The red is the business location. They kind of operate around that point right there, and that's off of Engineers Road over there. So we have the Intracoastal Waterway, and if you went, this thing, oh yeah, okay, so if you go up this way, you'd go to the Belle Chase Bridge. This is, I believe, the Harvey Canal, and then the Intracoastal goes down here. You can enter John Lafitte National Park and Preserve down here, but this is also John Lafitte National Park and Preserve. You see how close all this is to that? All right, this is an incident that my husband took pictures of in April of this year when he took the kids out to go throw rocks. He's pretty sure that that was like very small paint chips. We didn't test it, we didn't get a sample of it, but it was all over the coastline. We have videos of all of this, so if anybody wants to authenticate the photos, we have tons of stuff to do that with. This is the thing that just kind of, that's it, like, we're done. We're done playing anymore, we're done being quiet. This red stuff was all over the canal for days. Can anybody see where it's coming from the images? I mean, it's like plainly obvious it's coming from their site, right? That's day one. There's no way, any way, that this should be possible. Not in today's world, not in any, I mean, come on. Would y'all like that across from your property on the water that you've paid for, that you've owned since the 80s, the 90s? This is the next day, I believe. Look at this, look at the shoreline. If you watch the video, it's unbelievable, the amount of stuff that was in the water. So my father reached out to the owner. I wouldn't have done that, but he did. And he got a phone call back. Mr. Johnson said he also has a camp in Myrtle Grove. He hunts and fishes in Plaquemines Parish. He said it's just plastic. No worries.
It just what?
It's just plastic. Yeah, on the surface of the water. So, and he also said stuff about, oh yeah, I was gonna be on shore, but the Army Corps came and put flood walls in my way, you know? Okay. All right, so we took samples. Look what happens if you wait 24 hours to the samples. That's what's sitting, oh, right here, sorry. Oh, I mean, it's gonna get shooken up, but. And then the other one came from about 300 yards up the water, so you can see how clear that is versus it shouldn't come out. You can shake it up. All right. So obviously, we've called DEQ many times. I know there's people in this room who have been made aware of what's happened before, but if you're not there,
within an amount of time, what happens to all that evidence on the water? If you see in those bottles, it goes to the bottom, right? So DEQ, do they come out day one when you call them? Or you put an incident report in? Typically not, right? They did, when we found the right person, come out within 45 minutes and saw
The bag don't leak, huh?
saw that one day. They shouldn't, hopefully. It's Walmart brand though, so who knows? All right. So, but 20 years of that, sitting on the water bottoms of the waterway. We all fish. I don't know who fishes in the intercoastal anymore, but we do. And we own property so far. That's part of our property under the water. And that stuff's just sitting over and over and over on top of that water surface in the soils. But what about the air quality? Have y'all passed sandblasting like that before? Let's see, wait, let me go back. These are old pictures. So the first one there is the same thing from 2023. Same red stuff all over the water. There were dead fish. That's when one of my family members tried to go fishing, and there were so many dead fish, she said, I better not, you know? This one is hard to see, but if we gave you the full image, you can see that their plume of smoke or debris will fill the entire waterway, and they're in a huge part of the water right there. They've got two canals coming together. They will fill that with their plume of smoke, whatever you want to call it, dust. All right, so this was one of the questions we had along the way. What's the Plaquemines Parish permit say they can do? We called the permit department. Nobody could find one. Two ladies helped and tried, couldn't find it. So they said, well, we're going to send it to code enforcement. They also came up empty-handed. Did anybody have any updates on that today? You know, we can talk about that later. But as of yesterday, I guess, or the 23rd when I finished this, we still don't know. They've, since then, Mr. Jones with code enforcement said this was beyond their scope. They sent it on to many other agencies because of the environmental issues. But generally, you are Plaquemines Parish government. You can choose to make a stand against this or not, you know? All right, so just as people, we research, and what does Plaquemines Parish do in order to abide by the Clean Water Act? I don't know, maybe you guys can fill us in. Do you have a copy of that very specific permit that company must have to put stuff into the waterway? To abide by that law. Well, so Mitch has heard a lot of frustration from us, and one option, can we propose a ban on all sandblasting and painting over water surfaces? Seems kind of common sense, but you know, it has to be written into law. I would say you need to review all sandblasting and painting processes in Louisiana, in Plaquemines Parish, excuse me. So we also have a company that kind of popped up down the road from us, again, very not visible to most people, but it is visible to us residences. There's no screening, no silt fencing. I mean, I've been in construction for 20-something years. I know when you do a construction site, you have to protect all the waterways. So why can we just allow somebody to pop up, blast whatever chemicals, paint stuff, and they don't even have screens? They are moving up the road from their current location, have put pylons in the ground, started to screen stuff, but I don't know if they blasted there or not. So I just overhaul all of that. All right. This is just a snip off my mouth is so dry. Off of DEQ's website of other incidences from this one company. They weren't at fault on every single one, but remember, they don't come out within so many hours of when you actually submit a request. Do they get a phone call like some places give a courtesy call before they come out? I don't know those answers. This was Tuesday. DEQ was on site. Do you see the screen that they're trying to collect stuff from in the boom? Is it doing anything? There's also debris presently in the water from them that day. So I guess, I don't know. In summary, I don't know what to do about this anymore.
I didn't hear your last statement. When you said in summary,
I said, I don't know what to do about this anymore.
Well, I can fill you in on what's been happening. We are getting a lot of traction on this issue right now because, especially recently with all of these pictures and everything, I looked it up. There is an ordinance from back in 1977. It's a little vague and it deals with the port being in charge of, patrolling this kind of stuff. But I clearly, as I said, as a commercial fisherman and recreational fisherman, I don't want this in my water. Shouldn't be allowed. So we're going to look at what we have to do on our side. I really think we're going to put pressure. And this company, from what I understand, I'm not sure if they got an occupational license anymore.
Why are they operating today then?
And permits, everything. So we're just getting into that, though. That's what I'm saying. We're just getting into that. So give us a little time because it's going to take time to discuss.
20 years.
I
you've
know,
had.
but I just got here. We just getting it. This is the first that a lot of my colleagues are seeing of this when we sent them yesterday. But we do have DEQ working on it. They did send us, I think Mr. Jones sent us about some of the violations from the past. I think they go way back to 2005 or 6.
They
So,
started in 2005,
yeah, that's what,
when they got a temporary permit.
right. So we're looking into their permitting, their occupational license. I mean, our ultimate goal, if they're not gonna do things right, we're gonna move to shut them down. I know, I can't let them allow this.
I'm just gonna say that on Plaquemines Parish's behalf, please get your stuff in order because you've known about this for a very long time. And there's emails, there's communication over and over with you guys through all the administrations. You can't deny that you didn't know about it. So if it comes to court cases, what are y'all gonna do?
I can tell you, I didn't know about it till y'all brought it to my
In
attention.
2023,
Yeah, whenever when we first got in on.
2 years ago? Okay.
But I was looking into it since then. I've always stayed in contact with Mr. Jody. We've talked a lot over the time, and this is the most traction it's gotten so far. So, okay, that's all. I mean, somebody else?
Mr. McCarthy. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, ma'am, we're still not finished the thing. You want to come up?
Yes, wait my turn.
Yes.
It sounds like Mr. Jurasich is on top of this now. I received a phone call from Mr. Coyne Senior because he lives in my district. And from there, I called DEQ in DC, and they said they were going to call 2 other agencies, which I think was Coast Guard and something else, and then I called the police, and they were going out the same day. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about it, Mitch. But I don't know where you're saying that they're going to move to. I hope they don't.
No, that's a
move up.
different company.
Oh, okay, because I was thinking, are they moving into my district?
No,
So,
but the concern about the new company, which it didn't cross my mind, I'm just thinking they're moving up the road, but that is closer to more residents, that other company. But it's on land there, but if you've ever been around any of this stuff, go out when that dust cloud
smoke,
is
yeah.
going, and tell me what your face feels like.
Right.
And they're gonna be closer to houses when that company gets started, so, yeah.
so I think this is a bigger issue than just the problem that you see right here, because I would like to work with Mr. Jurasich on this, because I have, when we first got in office, I had a company in a residential neighborhood dump a 55-gallon drum of oil into the little ditch next to them, and I called the Coast Guard, and they said, you got to call DEQ. I already had all these numbers. And DEQ said, we haven't had anybody in place in South Louisiana for 6 months. So they couldn't come out, and they didn't come out again. They didn't call me again until about a year later. Maybe 6 months later. So by that time, all the evidence was gone. So this is probably going on from different businesses in smaller ways throughout the parish, and I think we should all support doing something about the pollution of toxic.
One of my notes that I did not say was, can we get a posted contact person from the parish that can respond to instances like that within a reasonable amount of time? Do we have someone like that?
The police.
We've called them before for stuff, yeah.
I think she's trying to get an answer from the administration.
Is there someone,
So your question is?
who's the
like
point of
health
contact
department?
if something
I
like
guess
this?
that would be Raymond Ferrera. with the health department.
Director, superintendent of the health department or code enforcement, either or
So
would be the
one of the
point of contact for any of those complaints.
And here in the last couple of days, in talking with Mitch too, we're finding that they don't have an occupational license. Now, we got to make sure that, because there are some of these companies, just like the the place where Mr. McCarty was talking about, they'll be named one thing this month, and all of a sudden, next month, they're another name. So it makes it hard to chase them down and say, no, you don't have an occupational license, and all of a sudden, they come up and go, yeah, but we do. So we're going to be looking into that as far as the occupational license for the business that's there right now. But look, this does go on for a long time. Look, I sat on the council from 2006 to 14. We fought with it. We dealt with it back then. Your dad was.
I know.
We had many conversations with it, and now here we are, 18 years later, 19 years later, still dealing with it. But look, we're going to get on top of this, and we're going to make it difficult. We've been fighting some serious battles, this council and this administration, in the last 2.5 years. We can deal with this one too. So we'll make sure something is going to happen here.
I mean, ultimately, you guys can make that decision, right? You're the parish.
Well,
Parish government.
I can't.
No?
There's laws that.
Well,
we
I
have to
understand
do.
that.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
look, there's things I would love. I go into the legal's office probably on a daily basis and said, Rennie, I want to do this. He's like, we can't do that. But, so what we've got to do is we have to figure out what we can do. And look, and we will, look, the legal team here, we find little nooks and crannies. And once we find something, we latch onto it and we really fight hard for it. So trust me, we're on this now. And we would go, look, Mitch, Patty, or Mitch more so, it's in his district. You're in communications with Mr. Coyne. So look, if we can, heck, if we have to have a daily or at least a weekly conversation about this so that we don't, it just can't be dropped and gone by the wayside. Come on up, Mr. Coyne.
Mr. Newsom?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Can you give me a second?
You're not in here to, okay.
I just want to bring about another point, Corey didn't mention this, but.
State your name.
Hold on, Patty, don't miss it. I got him in.
State your name.
Oh, Jody Coyne Senior. And a lot of y'all know me, I run the Medal of Honor Park in Belchase. One of my big concerns about this whole situation, okay? We've been back there 55 years. Got a beautiful place, got 10 grandkids that live there. The kids catch the school bus out front and everything. Number one is, and I know the company's doing the damage. The company is operating, and I don't care if they have a permit or not. What they're doing is damaging our property, damaging our investment. I want to know who's liable for them, who is going to, if the parish gives them a permit to do it, if DEQ gives them a permit to do it, or if they do it on their own, who is liable to come over there and clean up my water bottoms and my water frontage? Because if I went down to Myrtle Grove where this guy lives and threw paint in his yard, oh, that'd be, man, that'd be the biggest stink in the world. And I asked that question to the owner one day, and he didn't have a good answer. Just,
We'll get those answers for
I
you.
appreciate it. I'm gonna stay after y'all, you know me.
No.
You don't know how to get in touch with
So look, and that's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm going to ask of you too, Mr. Jody, is that, look, if you don't mind, if you could initiate this weekly conversation or these conversations, don't.
Mitch and I talked.
That's what I'm saying. I tell folks, they go, man, I don't want to bother you. Look, this is my job right here. You know, this is my responsibility to see that we get to the bottom of this and rectify this problem and move forward.
The whole concept, and you remember, you
Oh, yeah.
mentioned about seeing me before.
Yeah.
This company did come to, when I had all those pictures of the sandblasting, they were shoveling the stuff out of the barges into the water. They said, oh, no, that's not our intent. We're gonna, very shortly, we're gonna have all our operation up on the bank, like CNC has, which is everything's totally collected. Nothing goes in the water, no paint, no trash from the sandblaster, nothing. Well, then, the excuse he gave me the other day is, of course, the Corps of Engineers went and put a levee right through the middle of their property. I didn't do that. It's not my fault.
Here's what we can do also, along with Mitch and the guys. We're going to get Ms. Buck, the coastal director. She works with the Corps every single day, so they may have to stop operations and get back to where they are going to have to get those barges up and over on the dry side.
That's
So-
exactly what needs to be done.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Excuse me.
No,
Mr. Chairman, if I can.
Mr. Chair, if I could make a, I'm going to read a statement here. We just got this from Patrick Harvey. I'm just going to read it verbatim. There's a huge fiber outage impacting phone service in Louisiana and Mississippi. Our 911 lines are still operational, but PPG lines are out of service to the public. We can talk to ourselves inside the government complex, but the residents can't call to us. And there's a good possibility that if you're still on a landline, wherever you are in Louisiana, your phone service may be out as well. So this is just not an isolated problem here in Plaquemines Parish, but it's throughout the state and Louisiana and Mississippi.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, if I could, on this issue here, I just got an email from the regional manager of DEQ, so we are getting some traction, and we are going to stay on top of it. They're currently compiling their investigation report, and it'll be forwarded to their enforcement division for further action. Air and water violations were both noted. We'll stay on that. Plaquemines Parish has very limited ordinances on our enforcement of air and water infractions of this nature, so we generally push them up to the state and federal level, who has a lot more aggressive penalties and investigations. We don't see it, but we will be pushing this. We'll stay on top of this.
And I really just wanted to say, we talking about talking weekly. I don't know if we need to wait another week. If we can find any kind of violations, we need to stop them, shut them down until.
We're going to find
That's-
out tomorrow morning or sometime this afternoon about the occupational license, because I'd like to be able to go knock on their door and put a big orange sticker on it.
Yep.
I've spoken with PPSO and put that in there because that's enforcement on their part with the occupational license. So we'll stay on top of that as well.
Yes, no, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, and you guys kind of hit on it for some very simple checks for the government. And I want to express, I feel the cause frustration and see what they say, because I have seen it. You are correct. I have seen it, and it's terrible out there. It's terrible. I thought it was on Jefferson Parish's property, but it's in our property. It's in Mr. Juris's district. You're not going to find a better advocate for the waterways than Councilman Juris. Also, but some simple little things that I think we can do, which is quick checks on Plaquemines Parish government. Number one is, do they have a permit? If they do, they do. If they don't, immediately we shut food trucks down because they didn't have a permit. We can't shut, we're shutting many things down without a permit. Number two is, do they have an occupational license? Because if they don't have an occupational license, that's something the government, through the sheriff, we issue that. So those are some simple, quick checks we can make and get that done. And I don't see any issue. Well, that would take an exorbitant amount of time. So anything we can do to alleviate these folks' frustration and problems they got. So that's all I have. Thank you.
My position is I can't understand when the young lady said how long this has been going on and whether there was some cease and desist order issue immediate on that, and how can EPA and DEQ allow this to really happen. I don't know what we did as it relates to the diversion project, but I know we did something amazing to make that happen. So maybe we need to take a page out of that book. And I would say that this is not an issue for them. Anything to do with our water affect everybody in Plaquemines Parish. So let's be very clear, because I was really shocked, by looking at it. So I don't know from a legal perspective, where we can just say stop it, close it down. From our perspective, because it's causing danger to the lives of people who deal with our water, and maybe that would force DEQ or EPA. So I don't know if we could immediately do that. It seemed like to me that legal remedy, really might help the problem. So I don't that's just me, because I'm just amazed to hear that something like this been going on for the amount of years that it's happening, and that how the thing we use the water for is just really frightening, just hearing that's happening. So I just hope we can do something on our part. Okay, next item, please.
6, beer and liquor licenses. Couchon Delay, located at 18038 Highway 23, Port Sulphur, Louisiana, 70083 on November 1st, 2025, starting at 11 o'clock a.m. and ending at 5 o'clock p.m. Magnolia Blossoms of Plaquemines Pickleball Tournament located at 333 F. Edward Hebert Boulevard, Belchase, Louisiana, 70037 on November 2nd, 2025, starting at 9 o'clock a.m. and ending at 12 o'clock p.m. Fishing for the Girls Rodeo at 161 Marina Road, Port Sulphur, Louisiana, 70083 on October 17th and 18th, 2025, starting at 12 o'clock p.m. and ending at 6 o'clock p.m. Councilmember LaFrance.
So offered.
Been offered by Councilman LaFrance and second, no, it was offered by Mitch? LaFrance and second by Mitch. We'll have verbal, any comments from the audience, the administration? Yes, you raised your hand, oh, you saying bye? Okay. So we'll have our verbal roll call?
District 1,
Yes.
District 2, District 3, District 4, District 5, District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8,
Yes.
and that vote passes 8-0 with one member being absent.
Next item, please.
7, building permits, 7A, construction permits, 7A1, Enterprise Products Operating LLC, application number 2025-516, application date 9/11/25, anomaly repair on the existing Taka lateral to Valero Pipeline, 2947-0363-8959-0041, section 37 T14S R12E. Councilmember Edwards.
Offered.
Second.
Been offered, second by Mitch. Any comments from the audience? The administration table? A verbal roll call?
District 1,
Yes.
District 2, District 3, District 4, District 5, District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8,
Yes.
and the vote passes 8-0 with one member being absent.
2, Restoration System LLC, application number 2025-517, application date 9/8/25, constructing 3 small earthen berms and 4 heavy-duty fences to prevent water hyacinth from entering our wetland restoration site, marsh habitat behind Jesuit Bend Community. Councilmember Jurisic.
Offer.
Second.
Offered by Councilman Georges and second by Councilman LaFrance. Any comments from the audience? Administration table? Verbal roll call, please.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2, District 3, District 4, District 5, District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8.
Yes.
The measure passes 8-0 with one member being absent.
7B, Virginia Trufant, new residents in a floodplain zoning district, 130 Gerard Street, Port Sulphur, Louisiana. Councilmember LaFrance.
So offered.
Second.
Been offered by Mr. France and second by Mr. Newsom. Any comments from the audience? Administration, the table? Roll call vote, please.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2, District 3, District 4, District 5, District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8.
Yes.
The measure passes 8-0 with one member absent.
8, introduction of ordinances and resolutions.
The following 3 ordinances are for Councilmember Edwards. An ordinance to amend the 5-year capital improvement plan, East Bank St. Bernard Waterline Project, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance to amend the 2025 General Fund and Road Maintenance Fund, revenue and operating expenditure budgets, various departments, various line items, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance to amend the 2025 manpower structure and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. The next 2 for Councilmember Champagne, an ordinance to amend the 5-year capital improvement plan, Building 1004 renovations, EOC 911 call center project, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution to either approve or reject industrial tax exemption application number 202-20428-ITE for applicant Stolthaven New Orleans LLC for participation in an industrial tax exemption program relative to their expansion project in Plaquemines Parish. The next one is for Councilmember Schultz. An ordinance to amend the 5-year capital improvement plan, waterline extension Cedar Grove to Oakville project, and waterline extension Cedar Grove to Alliance project, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. The next three are for Councilmember Jurasich, an ordinance to amend the 5-year capital improvement plan, dredging maintenance boat harbors project, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance to amend the 2025 manpower structure and operating expenditure budget, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. An ordinance to amend the 2025 Public Health Fund operating expenditure budget, ambulances, general department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. There's one for Councilmember Konovich, an ordinance to authorize the act of sale by the parish of Clackamas to sell certain adjudicated properties, parcel number 1346600 by public auction, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. We have one for Councilmember Newsom, an ordinance establishing a policy. Yeah, sorry. I was going on to the ports. That's it.
Before we get to the next thing, can we find out any withdrawal or?
Items 9A3, 4, and 5 will be deferred, and that's all.
Say that again?
9A3, 4, and 5
Okay.
will be deferred. And 5B.
And Mr. Chairman, 9E will be deferred.
Nine E?
Yes, sir.
And I don't know if Mr. Burris made y'all aware, but he's asked that 9D be deferred as well, the CPRA issue.
9D?
Still under review.
Keep going.
I'm loving it. With that, let's,
9, ordinances and resolutions on second reading and final passage. 9A, ordinances and public hearings pursuant to Article 6, Section 601E of the Plaquemines Parish Charter. 9A1, an ordinance to amend and amended to readopt Section 4 of Ordinance Number 142, the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance of Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, as amended, and the Comprehensive Zoning District Map therein adopted by reference, which is paraphrased thereto with reference to application number 2025-602 dated July 29, 2025. Councilmember LaFrance.
I'll offer for discussion.
been offered and seconded by, Ms. McCarthy for discussion only.
Mr. Hogan, would you like to come up and speak on this?
Good afternoon, Councilman Paul Hogan, Zama, Louisiana. At the request of the council at the last meeting, had a phone call with Mr. Tillotson, and he ended up being satisfied, and he sent an email to Councilman LaFrance on the 15th saying that he has no objection to the rezoning of parcel 6, including K, within the Woodland Bar Pits project. So I ask for your support. Thank you.
So, wait up. Excuse me. Is there any plan?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
Got an audience first, huh?
Oh, well, we got a question. Question for him.
Good discussion, yeah.
Yes, Mr. Hogan.
Yes.
Is there any plans for this property?
No, there's no plans for this property at this time. That's one of the things we discussed with Mr. Tillotson.
So if there isn't any plans for the property, then why would we want to rezone it?
Just for future, to have the property rezoned and attractive for future businesses. You know, the parish's intent is to rezone all of those properties from Phillips 66 all the way down to Magnolia to I-3. This is just one of those pieces.
So if you don't have any plans for the property, well, why, and you decide to have plans for the property, why wouldn't you want to rezone the property then? Why are we trying to rezone the property now?
It makes the property more attractive to have the zoning in place. You know, right now, we currently have commercial operations on both of the properties, on Track J and Track K. On Track K, we have the sand pit operation that's in place, and on K, we have the bar pit, so it's in line with the existing activities on site.
And Track K is on the same side of this one?
Track K is in between LA 23 and the river, the levee, excuse me.
That's the sand pit.
That's correct, yeah. This application that's in front of you right now, this is for Track.
It's the big hole.
The J, that's correct.
It's the big hole in it.
That's correct, the bar pit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me understand if I heard you correctly, because I think Mr. LaFrance asked you, do you have use? And if I understand you right, so you're just doing it because you understand that, I don't know whether it's just a part of being one of the part of the industrial zone area or not. Is it, Ms. DeMarco? Is it? A part of, and so you just trying to be prepared for whatever come up. You already be zoned and you can fit into whatever come out. That's my understanding. Why are you doing this?
That's correct.
Okay.
It's going to create, anything that gets developed on all of those properties is going to increase your tax base. And we're just doing this at this time to make the property more attractive in advance of future activities.
Any question from, I'm sorry, from the audience?
Thank you.
Clarence Brooks, 156 Enos Camel Lane. I just want to say one thing about this zoning of this I-3 area. There is a few homes in there. If it do get approved by the council, I just want to ask the guy, the company that's going to own it.
Excuse me, I don't think, you must be looking at another piece of property, because my understanding, there's no property. There's property in that area?
There's no homes there.
There are homes in that area? I don't think that, huh? Is there any homes in that area?
No.
No, so that's what I'm saying.
All right. There's no.
You saw something where it said there was homes in that area?
Yeah, had some individuals came and say they want their home, they next door to that plant. So it's two areas now, one across the street, one.
This is only one.
Only one?
This is only one.
Okay, well,
So you understand that this area, there's no homes in it?
if there's no home, no problem. If there's home, I just want to make sure they don't take care of the people that's if there's homes, make sure you take care of the
This
people.
is the area where they have the big hole
Right,
on the west side of Highway 23.
right.
There's no homes there.
Right. That one was approved without no problem at all. But the one on the other side where they had some homes, some people came up and as long as they take care of the people, that's all that count. That's all I say. Thank you.
Any other comments from the audience? The administration, table,
Hold on, Mr. Chairman, I offered it for just.
that's right, for discussion only. Okay, well,
I'll move forward on it.
you want to move forward?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so
I'll
can we get a
second.
second?
Second.
It's been seconded by Mr. Newsom. Any more comments from the audience? Administration, table, verbal roll call?
District 1?
Yes?
District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5? District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
The measure passes 8-0 with one person absent.
Thank you.
2, an ordinance to amend and amended to readopt Section 4 of Ordinance Number 142, the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance of Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, as amended, and the Comprehensive Zoning District Map therein adopted by reference, and which is paraphrased thereto with reference to application number 2025-603, dated July 29, 2025. And this has changes.
On line 29, the words "portion of" has been inserted before track K. On line 30, it reads "a certain," and we're adding after the word "certain," "portion of a," and it's a parcel of ground. On line 31, the word "and" has been inserted after the number 12. And then parcels 14, 15, and 16 have been removed. On line 33, it's by property of C. Calhoun Jr., a portion of the Mississippi River levee, and an unnamed parcel identified as Plaquemines Parish, not a part.
Ms. Kemp,
Yes, sir.
with all those changes, I'm gonna defer this item to the next council.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Next item, please.
9C, an ordinance to amend the 5-year capital improvement plan, repairs, Diamond Park project, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember LaFrance.
I'm gonna defer it.
9F, an ordinance authorizing the acceptance of a donation for the Homeland Security Emergency Preparedness Department and to amend the 2025 General Fund operating revenue and expenditure budgets, Homeland Security Emergency Preparedness Department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
Offer. The second by who? Dr. Gouy. Any comments from the audience? The administration, table. Roll call vote, please.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5? District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8? Yes. The measure passes 8-0 with one member being absent.
G, an ordinance authorizing the acceptance of a donation for the firefighting department and to amend the 2025 firefighting fund operating revenue and expenditure budgets, firefighting general department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
Offered. Second by Mr. McCarthy. Any comments from the audience? The administration, table. Verbal roll call, please.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5? District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
The measure passes 8-0 with one member being absent.
H, an ordinance to amend the 2025 general fund, fund balance designations, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
Offered.
Second.
Second by Mr. LaFrance. Any comments from the audience? Administration, table, I'm sorry, Mr. Newsom.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, reading through this, this was talking to finance. I see we're moving some money into the emergency fund, and I saw the report, moving money to the Marine Emergency Fund. What the issue is, and I'm gonna ask this question: what is the emergency services? What is that? Is that are we creating a new designation in emergency? Because
I don't know if, I'm not aware of service, but it really is to bring the emergency back up to 10 million.
No. That's for designated for emergencies. This in section 2, it says emergency services. What is emergency services?
Hold on a second, I'm sorry.
What is that? What do we intend?
That's for EMS, emergency services. We're trying to set aside some funds for EMS for next year. It's my understanding.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, okay, so we're gonna fund EMS with this one-time rollover money. That's a terrible way to budget, I'll be honest with you. Terrible. You should never use one-time funds for reoccurring costs. That's just simple budgeting ideas. So, that's that. With that,
We're just trying to find a way to fund EMS, and we saw this was a way that we could do it for next year. But if you don't agree with it,
so
you vote it down, and then come budget time, then we'll find a way to budget for EMS. Here's the thing, this coming year, we are going to fund EMS. Now, when it comes to the water department, we're gonna have some serious decisions to make at that time. Okay? Because we need to fund EMS. There's ways to fund the water service, So again, basically what this is, it was a way to fund EMS for this coming year. That's
So-
it, right there.
Okay, so doing this, if we do this, yeah, we get, all this does is kicks the can down the road.
It kicks the can down.
And I will not sit at this board and kick the
Okay,
can down
then don't-
anymore. I will not support
Then don't
that.
do it.
So with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll offer an amendment. On line 17, after the word "for," I will insert, after the word "for," remove emergency services and put emergencies. So what that does is it pushes 2.5 million into the emergency fund. No.
Emergency.
No. There's certain percentages of monies that could be put into those different funds, right?
I see.
So when you take this whole amount and put it into the emergency fund or the surplus fund, you got
That's how we was
to
on.
money back together, do
Oh, okay, I see.
to get it into the surplus fund.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Mine was out of order. Hold on. Okay, I got it now.
I say we defer this.
So, no, well.
Let's defer.
well, it's not my legislation.
Yeah, I'll say defer it.
Well, it's your legislation.
I, a resolution to authorize the parish president to investigate and engage in discussions with Plaquemines Parish School Board officials regarding the potential acquisition of multiple parish-owned properties by PPSB adjacent to or near F. Edward Abear Belchase, Louisiana, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Champagne.
Yeah, I'm sorry, who seconded it? Okay, been second. Any comments? Second by Ms. McCarthy. Any comments from the audience? The administration? The table? Verbal roll call?
District 1,
Yes.
District 2, District 3, District 4, District 5, District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8. The measure passes 8-0, with one member being absent.
J, an ordinance to amend the 5-year capital improvement plan, comprehensive master plan project, and otherwise to provide with respect to Councilmember Champagne.
It's been seconded by Mitch. Any comments from the audience, the administration, table? Mr. Schultz?
So yes, I see we're doing master plan. I asked for the last master plan, where we stood with it, completion versus what's still outstanding. And I got the link and I kind of try to follow it, but do we have a plan on what we are looking for in the master plan? Like, I understand master plan sets our plan, but do we have a goal? Like, what are we trying to attract? Like, the port redid master plan, we had certain goals that we were trying to do. And then, once we do this master plan, do we have the funding to do the master plan? I'm not saying that we need to don't need to update our master plan because it's old, 2008, I think, 10, thank you. But we've also done numerous of studies over the past 2.5 years, and to me, very limited results. We had the water and sewer master plan that we're still waiting on almost 2 years. We did the PPG complex master plan. We did the water rate study. We did this study that they talked about earlier. I just want to make sure that we're not spending all this money to do studies and plans, but then don't have the money to actually implement the plan. Does that make sense? If one of y'all want to talk on that?
Basically, what I can say is the way you get the money is by having the plan. Bottom line.
I get that.
Okay.
But, okay, that didn't.
McCarthy?
My question is, are we allocating enough money? Because I believe I contacted Desire when I first got in office, and I heard just to do a master plan for District 5, it was going to be $150,000. Is that correct?
You got
So I'd like to first of all answer Mr. Schultz, Councilman Schultz. So to your point, you made a good point. We're taking all of the master plans, Alex, to come up and make it a working plan where it's comprehensive, Alex.
Yeah, and so y'all have a lot of competing interests, right? And so master plans bring your community together with your interests and help you prioritize them. It recognizes you have limited resources. And so by going through and kind of identifying what is most important to y'all, what is most important to your constituents, what resources you have, the gaps you have, the things that are sticking points that can make the most impact in the short term, and really building consensus around those things, that's what enables you to move more quickly, ask for funding, be more competitive. The work that was proposed with you, Ms. Kathy, was different. Yeah, Ms. Patty, it was different. And it was more detailed, and it involved different kind of stakeholders. And I will say, when we were talking with the administration about these costs, a lot of the targeted market study we're leveraging that, right? We just reviewed all of these different plans. We kind of know where the state of things are in this specific study area, all the data sets. And so in terms of the cost, it is lower. It is lower because we know that y'all are in a position where you need to get the most out of this. A lot of our comprehensive plans that we do are very strategic. They're very focused. They're not 1,000 pages long, because we know you're trying to push for very specific items, or you're trying to figure out what those priorities should be. And so with that, I think these are all the right questions to ask. But the process is how you end up with the result, right? And there's no one arguing that y'all have important things that you need to do that y'all are working on every single day. But the plan helps you work together more as a group, have more of one voice for bigger projects and challenges that you know you're going to have in the short term, or that residents are bringing to you that you're struggling with addressing in the long term.
Okay, so, go ahead.
If I may, Councilman Schultz, also, what I'd like to say is this: to update the comprehensive master plan, we studied the other parishes around us from 200,000, which was foundational, to over $1 million. By taking the existing master plans from water, coastal, the market studies, creating a comprehensive working document, not something you leave on a shelf and dust. That's what led us to the 200,000. Using what we have already and making it active so we can apply for more federal grants. That was the vision of the president, that he did not want us to have a lot of fluff in 1,000 pages, something that we truly will use.
Many of the needs of District 5 are shared.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yes.
Are shared with District 2. We have a lot of vacant land. We need to set in place proper ordinances for drainage, for, are we going to have swales? Who's going to take care of that? We have a lot of traffic down Woodland Highway. I would like to get monument sign ordinances for Woodland Highway to keep it, making look like it's Belle Chase and rural. They may want, some people may want to develop housing with apartments. You know, we need to know what can our infrastructure handle and what do we have to change. And then there may be a need to run a road between LA 23 and Walker Road at some point. So do you have enough money to handle Belle Chase?
Everything that you're describing are things that would go into the plan as recommendations and policy decisions that you would advance after everyone else was also consulted. Because I think the idea is you're really on top of your district and you understand your needs, but as a parish, you've got to think about your needs collectively. And to understand what is the most important step to take first that's going to have the biggest impact. So there might be other projects that could be leveraged with what you're talking about that would maybe be more competitive if they were grouped together. And so I'm not saying that what you're saying isn't needing to be done and needing to be done quickly. A lot of our comprehensive plans are quick. They're leveraging existing plans. They're building from them. We're looking at it from a strategic standpoint. What you're talking about is sort of the second phase, which is once you have that foundation put in place, and I know nobody likes hearing that,
It's a problem right now.
It's a problem now, but it is a second phase, and because you've got to make sure before you commit a certain amount of resources, that everybody agrees that those resources are in the right place and timed at the right time and reflect the community's, the parish's priorities. And so we do ordinances, sign codes, we update procedures, we look at where your sticking points are, where your liabilities are, and we shore those up, and that all becomes part of your comprehensive plan's recommendations, the tasks, the subtasks, so that everybody understands what we're doing in a really transparent way. So all these policy decisions are laid out, the challenges are laid out, the opportunities are laid out, and then there's a roadmap for execution. And the nice thing about it is you're not having to teach everyone every step of the way. You're all working from the same script, and the community has been involved in the development of that script. So it's a lot easier to defend in court. It's easier to make difficult choices. The earlier case y'all were talking about, and prohibiting a specific land use activity all along the river, that's something that if that policy is in your master plan, you can defensively make those changes to your code without potentially getting sued, right? Because you've involved it, it's in your comprehensive plan. So it's as much of a tool to build consensus as it is a shield for difficult decisions that you want to make and you don't want to make them on your own.
Thank you.
Bottom line, you have enough money, enough cushion for this right now.
So I think what I don't want to interrupt anyone.
Yeah, Mr. Champagne?
It's tough to add to what you've already said, but I will say this, I've met with Mr. Margot quite a bit on this, and it's an opportunity to synchronize a lot of good information that we do have and put it together in a comprehensive plan. But more importantly, I see it as an investment in ourselves, in our future, and it's tough to go get a grant when you throw on a master plan with a date of 2010 and look like you're serious. So we need to have a date that on a master plan that says 2026, and that screams, hey, we're serious about proper development of Plaquemines Parish, the entire parish. And thank you for what you do.
Thank y'all. And the way that we develop these, it's important to know we have the comprehensive plan, which is sort of like an implementation plan, a strategy for policy. But then you also have a capital improvement plan, which is so critical to the funding piece, to applying for grants, and it's all developed for that purpose.
Mitch?
Yes, Councilmember Champagne hit it on the head. They got grants. We're getting real aggressive in chasing grants right now. And what we want to have in place is when a grant comes available for certain type of project, that we have this updated project that we can show so we can apply for that grant. We become very competitive. Right now, as you said, with the old master plan, it doesn't fit the grant, we lose the grant. 'Cause we don't want to, that's all I had to say. That's why I think it's very important to get up to speed. Thank you.
You don't have to leave yet, but I wanted to hear from other, my only issue about this, and I think one time me and President Hinckley talked about this, about the method. My only problem is we're saying a lot of stuff, but I don't know if it happened when you're saying us working together, hearing recommendations, because right now, as a councilman, I can't tell you what's in the comprehensive master plan, and I'm a councilman. Right? So I just think that even if you're using old stuff, how do we come together where all council members understand what in the master plan, where I can make sure the stuff in my community, where I can have community meetings, stuff. So I don't know where that's been done. Since 3 years I've been on here, I've never been part of no comprehensive master plan for the parish. Everything you're saying makes sense in terms of being prepared for grant. I understand that. And I think that we had this conversation because I know when the Pope did this, all of us met on it and we reviewed it to making sure it was comprehensive because we had stakeholders, everybody involved in it. Right now, as a councilman, I can't say that I've been involved in any kind of conversation about what's in this comprehensive master.
This comprehensive the plan that we have it's dated 2010.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. 2010, that's when it was done. We haven't done one.
Okay.
We've done the sewer and water, where they're still working on the sewer aspect of the sewer and water plan. But look, I will get you a copy. We'll make another 9 copies.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
On the 2010 plan.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if we're going to do a comprehensive master plan now, it should be where we come together as council members to saying, here's what should be in it. There should be stakeholder meeting, departments and everybody, so it can be comprehensive. That's all I'm saying. I'm not contradicting how old it is. I'm just saying so it can be comprehensive, we need to know, because as a councilman, I have not been involved in this conversation. And I know we're talking about 200,000. Pat is saying it's enough. Maybe that's not enough. I don't want to deal with the amount of money it is, but when are we going to have council members and other stakeholders involved in it so it can be a comprehensive plan? I think Mr. Marker definitely got to respond to
Well,
that.
it's music to our ears to hear you say that. Like, a lot of times we are involved with communities and their council members are not as engaged. And so we will fully interview all of y'all. We'll sit with you throughout the process. We'll work with you to select stakeholder committee members. We're gonna keep you updated. We can form a working group. We start all of these projects with an outreach and engagement plan that lays out the process by which we're gonna engage with everybody. And we can give that to y'all to take a look at, and you can tell us this is sufficient, or I want more involvement here, here, and here in the project phase. But we really do co-develop these plans. We don't disappear for months and then you don't see us and then suddenly there's a plan on your desk. The targeted market study was different.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
So the $200,000, would that be to complete the comprehensive master plan, or we'd have to come back for more money? I mean, because I hear Pat asking a question, but I'm saying this $200, based on your experience,
Yeah.
should be able to give us a comprehensive master plan.
Yes, we literally completed a comprehensive master plan last week. And it's about the population, and it's also there's not a lot of unknowables in terms of the process. We have done this. We've done it for $200,000 for a population of y'all's size, but also y'all have a very, I don't want to oversimplify it, but you have a very simple.
No, I think your answer is saying yes.
Yes.
That it could do it, and I think
Yes.
that's good. Mr. Newsom?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, Reverend, it's lines of my question, and that you must have been reading my mind. Like you said, so you plan on having conversation, you talked about stakeholders and community meetings.
And department heads.
Yeah, so that hadn't occurred.
There's been no work on this yet because it hasn't been approved in a budget or
We'll
allocated.
work on, okay, and you would Desire, correct? You would Desire?
Yes, I'm
So and look, I did meet with Desire in the council office a couple, a few months ago about the water lines and stuff like that.
That's right, that's right.
I'm gonna say something negative here, I guess. I
Well,
would hope you do a better job, because the Desire folks didn't even realize that the water lines were going all the way to Port Sulphur Water Plant, so.
We ended up updating that based on y'all's meetings. So those meetings are all about verifying.
So that's why, to Mr. Edwards' point, it's so important to get the folks
Absolutely.
looped in, because each one knows that district very well and know the needs of the folks very well, so.
And y'all are very active. Like, y'all are constantly making improvements. So we have to stay in touch.
And that's, okay, that's all I had, thank you.
Mr. Schultz?
No, I thank you for actually being here and explaining it, because I was kind of concerned. First of all, I disagree with the grants, because we have all the other master plans. You can go get grants with those. But you explained it very well, how you're taking that and putting it in comprehensive. That way we can grab one file.
Right.
Instead of 5 different files. That was somewhat my concern, because the last one I think was over $1 million, our master plan. And I'm like, how are we going down to 200,000? But thank you for being here and explaining that for the public also, that this is why we're doing it this way. And so I'm okay with it now, again, because you explained it on why we have all these different stuff, but now you're just trying to combine it into one thing, which justifies the lower cost. I yield.
Okay, any other comments? Can we do a roll call vote?
Yes. District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5? District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
Measure passes 8-0, 1 member absent.
Next item, please.
Okay, an ordinance to amend the 2025 general fund operating expenditure budget, legislative liaison department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Champagne.
Been offered by Councilman Champagne. Is there a second? Second. It was second by Dr. Gouet. Any comments from the audience? The administration, table, Mr. Schultz?
Yes, so what I want to know is why we are doing next year's contract now, budgeting for next year, for the whole new year now, when we still have $70,000, $69,979 in this year's budget remaining. So that's question number one. And I get that, okay, the thing sent was $99 million in capital outlay. However, I went back to 2023's capital outlay report from the state website. 70 million of that was already listed in 2023. So I'm not saying that we don't need a lobbyist. I'm not even saying, because I know the Attorney General's opinion says this parish's president's decision on who they choose. Not even trying to do that. But we're a month away from budget time. We have enough money in this year's budget to get through the end of the year. Why are we not just waiting until November to vote on the $180,000 for all of next year? Because that's what we've done, always done. Why are we changing our procedures now?
Here's what we can do, is we can defer this, we can come back, or we can go back to an introduction to where it gives us the authority. You know that $25,000 where the new line item, where we have to get permission from the council to be able to sign this contract. So we were
I'm
fixing
fine
to
with that.
sign this contract. So then we can just sign it to the end of the year, and then we can budget for the entire year, calendar year.
Correct. I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem
Randy
with
tried
that.
to explain it to someone because we were just doing from session to session.
Yeah, no,
But-
I'm fine with that.
as it
Or
turns
just
out-
taking the
as it's
budget.
turning out, as we're learning and getting an education here, as this administration and with this council, as basically at the same time, is that it really doesn't, having the lobbyists during session is not enough. We continually work with these folks on a daily basis.
Correct.
Going to Baton Rouge. So
No, I'm fine
give
with
us
the year
authority.
contract.
Just give us the authority to sign this new contract, to finish out this year. Then we'll ask for the authority to sign the contract for the entire year next year.
Yeah, that's fine,
Okay,
because
so
we just
however
gotta
you
move
wanna-
the money
However
from,
you want to move the money or don't move the money. but
correct,
just
to
give
that
us
new
the authority
classification,
to-
because that solves the problem, and then we come back next year and we'll.
And that's fine.
I'm fine with a year contract. I don't have a problem with that. It's just
Well-
the whole way this was being
So
done.
however you see fit, how you want to, if we want to do it with this piece of paper, or if we need to come back and introduce something to give us the authority, I ask that we move forward with that type of legislation. Okay.
Let other peoples have the talk, and
And I'll bring it back to you. Mitch?
Yes, I think if you want to amend it or do something with this piece of legislation to move forward today, to give the confidence to the group that we have, that we're not wishy-washy. And out of everybody sitting here on this panel, I probably spent more days in Baton Rouge than most of you probably ever will. Because I've been up there lobbying and fighting, and I know the power of having a good lobbying firm. I know the power of being beat by good lobbying firms as well. So, with the success we've had, I would suggest that we move on this in some fashion today to keep the confidence level. But at the first of the year, we need to be sure that we have the money in the budget to go year long. My concern was, you passed this today. One of my things was, we passed this today, then they're with us through the legislative session already. They're locked in. We go to the first of the year, they're not locked in. And there's other competition out there. And if they get with someone else says, well, if you can work for us, but you can't work for Plaquemines Parish, got to let them go. So then we'll be looking for something else. I'm just looking at all options, but this is the way we got to move forward. But I want to move today on it. Try to, however y'all got to reword or restructure it or whatever. Thank you.
Let me.
Mr. Champagne?
Say something real quick.
Yes.
Just this week alone, we've had CPRA call Ms. Buck, asking who our lobbyist was on the state level and on the federal level. And also DNR also called Ms. Buck, asking who she is working with to help us on those levels. So that's who we're working with, and they see the successes that she's having and that we're having. And when I say we, you guys and Patty, like I told you this morning, it's a collective decision that we make here. It's the administration and it is with the council.
I would say, I'm sorry, Mr. Champagne, would you yield?
I did, and I'm agreeing. We spoke about this today, and I agree with everything Mitch said. And the issue with this lobbying firm has been very successful for us, and we want to make sure that they understand that we appreciate their work and instill confidence in them. And that's why we're moving forward on this. And I know we talked about this at great length today between several council members, because, like as Councilmember Jurist said, this company has to feel confident that we are in fact going to offer them or potentially offer them a contract for next year. We want to work with them. You know, I know there was some talk about going month to month. Who does that? That's not responsible business practice. We're better than that. I think this firm has done a great job for us. I think we need to keep them. We need to keep them in play for us. All the reasons you've already covered. I know we need to look at finishing the year with them and in budgeting. I agree with what Councilmember Schultz says. But at the end of the day, we're tripping over semantics, trying to accomplish the same thing, and it's clunky. You know, and I think we need to make sure we don't do this again next year. But right now, we need to. I agree with President Hinckley. You know, he has a right to get who he wants to be his lobbyist. He wants these folks. They're doing a great job. We need to figure out a way to finish out this year and get them set up for next year for all the reasons we've already discussed. So I've got our attorney looking at it. I reckon can we put this on hold, put this at the end of the agenda while the
If you can yield for a minute?
What's that?
Can you yield to me for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And again, and I don't think we're against it, because I Brian, when he first came in about it, it's just I don't think we should set this process up that we're doing. And I just told him, if you're concerned about it, I'm concerned about giving something or either enter a letter, a tent, whatever you call that, to saying, hey, we're serious about you, you know, whatever it takes. But I just don't like the process of paying somebody up front.
No, we're not paying anything.
You know, or paying the amount of money we're doing up front.
No, none of this is up front. They get paid after the fact, each month. This is budgeted for us to be able to.
Oh, okay, okay.
And by the way, I have the budget here. The money's in place. We have it budgeted. I was holding the paperwork to see what this council was going to do, because under the new rules, we have to wait until your approval. But, you know, if I could get this paperwork out, we could do October to the end of the year. That's $45,000. And we could,
but let me say, I have a better understanding. The only thing that you're saying, we want to have the money in the budget so that they know that the money is there for them. That's what you're saying? I'm saying that's what you're saying, right? Okay. But you're not spending, you're there so they can know it's there. Okay. All right.
So if we can get the approval to
I think
sign.
they're working on that. Chris, you working on it? Yeah. Amendment?
Okay. So can we pass this up and come back to it? Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next item, come back to it.
L, an ordinance to amend the 2025 Library Services Fund, Operating Expenditure Budget, Libraries General Department, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Schultz.
Offered second by Councilman Dr. Gouy. Any comments from the audience? The administration, the table? Mr. Schultz?
They're undesignated, that comes from their own fund, so, just for people's, knowledge, that's it.
Okay. Okay, can we get, I'm sorry, Mr. Champagne?
Yeah, I looked at the request and the pictures that were sent to the library. One of the things that stuck out of my mind, I'm looking at the need repairs to the gutters, but the gutters are full of trees. So, you know, I don't mind spending money to keep things up, but my goodness, we need to do a better job of maintaining our own stuff. This seems to be a trend that predates us, and I think we need to fix. I've discussed with the administration this morning. We met, and they agree 100% that we can do a better job. But when I say that, we also need to take a look at this thing realistically. We have a very small staff, and we expect them to do a lot. And I know we're all talking about how great of a job Mr. Witches is doing in his department and cleaning the ditches, and it's great. But the same thing holds true with this maintenance on this level. We need to make sure we have the manpower in place to take care of our stuff. The library might not have to be asking for $20,000 to repair their stuff. If we had people on salary who would go do that and maintain our buildings. You know, it's a shame the parish president's building has trees growing out the gutter too. I don't expect him to go clean it, but we need to have the people who can do that. So I think it's a responsibility that we bear to make sure we have the people to maintain our stuff, so the library doesn't have to tap into its funds to fix stuff that shouldn't be in disrepair. I yield.
So who seconded that, Chose? Dr. Goulet. Can we have a verbal roll call now?
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3? Yes. District 4? District 5? Yes. District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
The measure passes 8-0 with one member being absent.
10, approval of the minutes from the September 11th, 2025 regular meeting.
So offered.
Second.
Offer second. Do we need to get roll call vote?
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4? District 5? Yes. District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
The measure passes 8-0.
11, new business. 11A, introduction of resolutions where suspension is being sought. 11A1, a resolution authorizing and directing the parish president or his designee to do all things necessary and proper to negotiate, execute, perfect, and enforce any and all documents required to apply for the state's Economic Development Assistance Program 2025 funding program through the Delta Regional Authority, and the amount of $500,000 to replace the East 7 lift station in David, and for the parish to provide up to $140,000 in grant matching funds for this same project, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
Offer. Second by Mr. McCord. Any comments from the audience? I knew this.
Was it from that grant match?
Clarence Brooks, 156 Enos Camelland. Can anybody explain what lift station you're talking about, or what is a lift station? Is it a pump station, or what?
It's in the sewer system, which pumps the sewer to the plant, to the processing plant. This lift station is the one just north of Percy Griffin Center.
All right, thank you.
Any other comment from the administration table? Roll call. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Newsom. Champagne, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, let me get you back.
You was in, Mr. Champagne? Yeah, just quick, these funds, this 140 is coming out of our grant matching designation that we have in the budget. Is that where it's coming from? I see, it says grant matching funds. I'm guessing it's coming out that.
Yes.
That designation. Thank you.
District 1? Yes. District 2? Yes. District 3? Yes. District 4? District 5? District 6? Yes. District 7? Yes. District 8? Yes. District 9? Oh, I'm sorry. District 8, it passes 8-0 with one member absent.
A resolution authorizing and directing the parish president or his designee to do all things necessary and proper to negotiate, execute, perfect, and enforce any and all documents required to apply for the state's Economic Development Assistance Program 2025 funding program through the Delta Regional Authority, and the amount of $500,000 to replace the East 7 lift station in David, and for the parish to provide the suspension.
It's a suspension.
I
Yeah.
have to read it twice. Up to $140,000 in grant matching funds for the same project, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Edwards.
Right, we still need an offer in a second. That's okay.
Second. Any comment from the audience? Come up from the administration.
No, sir.
Table. Roll call vote, please.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5? District 6? District 7? District 8? The measure passes 8-0 with one member absent.
11A2, a resolution of Plaquemines Parish Government to urge Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill to take legal action to seek the suspension and injunction of the tolling operations on the Belle Chase Bridge on Louisiana Highway 23 of Plenary Infrastructure Belle Chase LLC and/or Plenary Louisiana Tolling LLC, its agents, subcontractors, and assigns, and to authorize and direct the parish president to file any claim to seek any legal remedies under law in any court of law against any party, public or private, necessary to enjoin, correct, and abate the unjust collection and billing practices of improper and unreasonable tolls and fees which are having a deleterious effect on the health, safety, lives, and incomes of Plaquemines Parish residents and businesses and revenues of Plaquemines Parish government and its political subdivisions and districts, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Schultz.
I offer.
District 1? District 2? District 3? District 4, District 5, District 6, District 7, District 8. Measure passes 8-0, with one member being absent.
A resolution of Plaquemines Parish Government to urge Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill to take legal action to seek the suspension and injunction of the tolling operations on the Belle Chase Bridge on Louisiana Highway 23 of Plenary Infrastructure Belle Chase LLC and/or Plenary Louisiana Tolling LLC, its agents, subcontractors, and assigns, and to authorize and direct the parish president to file any claim to seek any legal remedies under law in any court of law against any party, public or private, necessary to enjoin, correct, and abate the unjust collection and billing practices of improper and unreasonable tolls and fees which are having a deleterious effect on the health, safety, lives, and incomes of Plaquemines Parish residents and businesses and revenues of Plaquemines Parish government and its political subdivisions and districts, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Councilmember Schultz.
I offer no objection. Ask for
But she'll get her chance to speak. You'll get your chance. Yeah.
So unanimous second? Okay. Now. Any comments from the audience? The administration? Mr. McCarthy?
Okay. In reading through this, I think there's one thing that is missing that I would like to add for the record. There are many whereas, and we list different situations. The one thing I would like to add, with your permission, is whereas damage to personal property has occurred, and whereas events hazardous to the safety of residents by loss of power, water, and other customary public services have been lost, plus emotional distress. That opens the door for residents to appeal about the personal property, their cracked foundations, and the elderly that have not had water for weeks, et cetera, to try and get a compensation for this.
You want
Hey,
to
yo.
comment on this?
Yeah. So I will defer to legal on that interpretation, but I think parish president's been working for a couple weeks. I've been working for a couple weeks with Mr. Garrett, working on our standing as a government, and adding that, I don't know if our standing would be impacted from that. I mean, I'll defer to legal, but talk about personal property and distress, I don't think we can add that.
Yeah, this is finally crafted by Mr. Buse.
Correct, yeah. I know
I'd be very cautious on changing the wording.
And business laws, that's why.
Understood.
So the rationale for referencing the business losses is because that's how you get standing as the parish government. Because when, for example, when Salvo's has a $1 loss, that is a 2-cent loss in sales tax revenue, which gives us standing. We have standing to pursue our own tax losses. we would not have standing to pursue Salvo's business losses. But we reference their business losses because that's how we establish our standing.
Correct. And like I said, I've been working with the parish president, was working with his legal team. I originally had Danny draft it, then Mr. Burris fine-tuned it, and this is all legal. Parish president, council, I think are all kind of aligned in this approach that we're going to take. And like I said, Mr. Burris had some minor changes and basically had to change some wording, but this has been a joint effort to make sure our case is strong. Yeah. So.
And Ms. McCarty, if as cases unfold and discovery unfolds in a case and there are new causes of action, new damages can be recouped in an action, they can easily be amended. So we'll keep that in mind in the future, but I'd hope that this ordinance stay as is at this time. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to thank you, Chris, and the administration for working on this in a timely manner, because after the meeting in Baton Rouge, we saw we really gained some traction. So I think we got a good chance. And Ms. McCarty, they're all right. You can't add personal into this government suit, so.
Again, kudos to everyone who put time, effort. This document didn't just appear in 15 minutes. There was a lot of back and forth. Attended myself, Mitch, Ms. McCarty, and administration. We attended that hearing, and it was shocking to listen to how, we had business owners in there, and they were unbelievable, the effect that this has had. So again, just kudos to the folks and to did this. Great job.
District 1? District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5? District 6? District 7? District 8? The motion passes 8-0 with one member absent.
Are we ready to go back to K or district updates? B, District 7 update, discussion on Suzie Bayou project, discussion on mosquito control, solid waste south, distribution of alligator tags.
Talk about solid waste. We need a new garbage. Garbage truck that we have, it's in terrible condition. Garbage truck is old, we have one in the shop. I know, next month, we getting ready to do the budget, but we definitely need a new garbage truck.
Funding for that is in 26's budget.
Thank you.
The request for that funding, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna get funded.
Garrett. Mr. Garrett. Mr. Ellis Chairman, step out, we have to nominate somebody, since we don't have a vice chair.
Most senior member.
Carlton. Carlton, I motion Carlton.
What is going on?
And go run to he about to pee on himself.
We'll move to the next item.
C, District 3 update, discussion of budget policies. Councilmember Schultz.
Mr. Schultz?
Yes, so I'm not going to talk too much about it because we're kind of solving, but that was a lot of what I was going to talk about, how we're doing budgeting for next year now. But again, budget time, a month away. If you want to see changes on how our budget's done based on 25-100, which was agreed upon on everybody, but we can always change it. Now's the time to do it. Now, not at budget hearing. I yield.
Is there any more comments? No one. We'll move to the next item.
D, District 8 update, discussion on adding mosquito control and EMS to millage.
I'm gonna defer that.
District 5 update, discussion on DOTD meeting, Baton Rouge, 2, 18-wheeler safety issue, Fort St. Leon location, 3, bridge experiences, discussion and paperwork.
Ms. McCarty?
Thank you. I'm going to let Mr. Hinckley discuss most of what occurred in Baton Rouge when he comes back. I want to pick up with the 18-wheeler safety in Fort St. Leon. I want to let people know that the more signs will be put out on Engineers Road directing trucks to go left, north, and not go through Fort St. Leon neighborhood. A Dollar General took out a mailbox. And also, DOTD has said that they're contacting the 3 agencies that manage GPS systems for trucking companies to make sure that they understand the new route. Regarding the bridge experiences and the paperwork, there are several things going on behind the scenes. And one of them is that Mr. Gasquet, who his son, the attorney, the father owns State Oil. They are working with DOTD to collect letters of complaints, of personal situations, letters from businesses. And I collected quite a few that I submitted into record on last Thursday, the 19th. But we're looking to collect more. We want to know more about your economic loss. We want to know more about your personal loss, personal property, emotional distress from services going out, the frequency of it. And at State Oil, there will be a letter that you can go and sign in as petition, or you can add to that by dropping off your own letter or emailing it to District 5, literally the words District number 5 at ppgov.net, because that's going to be shared with Senator Connick and DOTD. And if the other council members would like to receive all the letters that I receive, I can send them to you as well. But just note that besides this petition, there are other things going on, and we want to make sure that if an individual citizen were to decide to go and do something legal, that you consult with administration. When we did the declaratory judgment, I had asked for 3 months before we did the declaratory judgment in 2023. And when we did that, short of the 3 months, DOTD and Plannery said they would no longer talk to District 5 residents or businesses about the effects or safety that was occurring. So we would just want to make sure that we keep the communication channels open. Are you able to speak to the events that occurred in Baton Rouge on Thursday? Friday? Yeah, sorry.
Well, there was testimony from several groups in the parish. You had your business groups that got up and spoke on how they're losing revenues. They're also losing customers. We had one company, B&B Tackle, who has customers. His business originated on Barataria Boulevard, and he moved here, I think he said 15 years ago, to capture what Plaquemines Parish is all about, the fishing capital of the world.
Yeah.
But he would still get the folks that would come in from the Marrero area that fish out of Lafitte. They're not coming into the parish, so he's having to meet those customers on the north side of the tunnel to hand deliver their products. But just like I told my wife Sharon earlier today, what happens, like one of the ladies talks about, her internet sales have gone up. But what happens with your internet sales, if you got a more brick and mortar place, you lose the impulse buy. Mm-hmm. Because how many times do we go in a store, we go in for one thing and we come out with a whole lot?
The end cap.
I know I have 2 grandkids, and when I walk in to go buy 1 or 2 items, I come out with a bag, 2 bags full. But no, it was very good. We had Senator Abraham from the Calcasieu area, I believe it is. Then we had a Senator Price from the River Parishes, Senator Gary Carter here locally with us, Rep. Bro, and Senator Carter. Rep. Bro is not on the Senate committee, but they made an exception so that he could sit at the table with them for this event. And those events on Friday has really got some interest. We're going in two different directions right now, but in the same direction.
Right.
Okay? We are working on the tolling and the administrative fees. This is what the parish is doing, because like this legislation this resolution we did here, just like Mr. Garrett Danny said just a few minutes ago, if the parish, if that business loses $100, well, we lose
Tax.
Revenue.
$20, $2, okay? So this is where it's affecting the parish on these tolls. We're losing revenue
Yes.
as a parish. And so we've got that ball rolling. It was all I could do not to call Rennie over the weekend. I gave him the weekend off, but look, at 8 o'clock, I was waiting for him in his office and saying, this is what we're going to do. And so since Monday morning, now we've had a group of, about 15 folks, maybe 10 people come in today to get the affidavits. What we're doing is we're getting affidavits for, say, like the elderly lady who is getting charged exorbitant fees. We're getting the businesses that are losing revenue.
Yeah.
We're not, we could get who knows how many number of individuals to come in and get these affidavits, but we just need to hit what one person from each of those issues that we're having. So that's where we are. We're looking to maybe get ours filed probably midweek next week. So, and the governor's office is aware, has been told that there is a lawsuit coming.
And this is, those affidavits are in addition to what State Oil is collecting.
It's a whole different,
Okay.
it's a different area right there.
Okay.
I did have a conversation with State Oil this morning.
Uh-huh.
So we will be working with them, but we won't have cause
Okay.
in that area. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
So I think we have the resolution prepared, the amendment.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to reoffer 9K with changes, and although Attorney Danny Garrett is a brilliant attorney, his handwriting is terrible, so I'll let him read it.
You don't have to put the man on blast like that, bro.
No, I actually made an A in bad handwriting.
And it was seconded by Mitch.
So, all right, so the change will be as follows. On line 4, in the digest, delete appropriating 180,000 and insert in lieu thereof authorizing expenditure of funds appropriated. Then on line 7, delete the word additional and insert in lieu thereof authorization to expend the. And then on, delete the word is on line 18 and delete line 19 in its entirety and delete the chart and replace that with contains sufficient funding for engaging a lobbyist for the remainder of the year. The president is authorized to enter into contracts with lobbyists for the remainder of the year.
Can you give me the amount again?
It's not an amount because it just recognizes that there's funds already appropriated.
Okay.
We're not changing the appropriation. We're just authorizing, we're reiterating he is authorized to expend those monies.
Okay. And it been seconded by Mitch. Any comments from the audience? From the administration? For the table? Shouldn't be, I'm sorry. Where you at?
Oh, no, I'm not ready to talk. I'm ready to vote.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm saying, so, roll call vote, yeah, huh?
I'm ready to press the button.
Yeah, okay. A verbal roll call vote, please.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5? District 6?
Yes.
District 7? District 8?
Yes.
Passes 8-0 with one member absent.
Okay, I think, it was the last thing on our agenda, right?
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn here, there have been second. Verbal roll call,
District 1?
yes.
District 2? District 3? District 4? District 5? District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
Passes 8-0 with one member absent.
All righty.
Stand adjourned at
And the meeting adjourned at 4:15.